You ever felt like life is slipping through your fingers, waiting for the perfect moment to act? David Goggins didn't wait, he fought, he failed, and he conquered. This is your wake-up call. Success doesn't wait, and neither should you. So welcome everyone on our new video. Dear listeners, success doesn't wait for anyone. It's not a patient companion that gently waits for you to be ready, nor does it allow you to take your time. It's a force that moves relentlessly forward. And if you don't take action, if you don't seize the moment, it will leave you behind without a second glance. You might believe that success will eventually come to you when the time is right, when you've put in enough work, or when you've prepared just enough to be worthy of it. But the reality is this: success doesn't care about your comfort, your doubts, or your hesitations. It doesn't wait for you to feel ready or for your circumstances to be perfect. It waits for no one. Many of us spend our time waiting for the perfect moment. We wait for the conditions to align, for the stars to fall into place, for life to give us a sign that we're on the right path. They wait for permission, for the approval of others, for the confidence to step forward. But this waiting, this hesitation, is the very thing that keeps us from moving toward the success we dream of. When success doesn't care about timing, it only cares about action. If you spend your life waiting for the right time, you may find yourself standing still while the world moves on without you. Time is the most valuable resource you have, and it is running out. We live in a world that thrives on speed, on innovation, on progress. If you hesitate, others will take action. If you don't move, someone else will. So the world doesn't wait for anyone, and neither does success. The longer you delay, the further away it gets. But success is a moving target, and it will never wait for you to catch up. If you want it, you must be willing to move faster, harder, and smarter than you ever thought possible. The fear of failure often holds us back. We fear the risk, the potential of making a mistake, of looking foolish, of not measuring up. So what you need to realize is that failure is not the end. It's a part of the journey. But success doesn't avoid failure, it learns from it. Every failure, every setback, every misstep is a lesson, a stepping stone on the path to success. You can't afford to wait for the perfect moment, because there is no perfect moment. There is only this moment, and in this moment, you have the power to take action. You have the ability to move forward. Success isn't about waiting for things to be easy. It's about facing adversity head on and pressing forward no matter how difficult it may be. The excuses we make for not acting are endless. I'm not ready yet. I don't have the resources. I'm not qualified. The economy isn't good. People won't understand. These excuses hold us back, keeping us trapped in a cycle of indecision and inaction. Success doesn't care about your excuses. It only cares about your effort, your commitment, and your willingness to push forward even when things aren't perfect. They don't need all the resources or all the qualifications to start. What you need is the drive to take that first step. So once you take that step, everything else will fall into place. Success isn't a one-time event, it's a journey. And the journey starts with a single step. So we often overestimate what we need to get started and underestimate what we can achieve once we begin. If you wait for the perfect conditions, you'll never start. You'll always find a reason to wait just a little longer. But once you begin, once you take that first action, you'll realize that you're capable of much more than you ever thought possible. Success isn't about having all the answers at the start. It's about being willing to take the first step, even if you don't know exactly where it will lead. Once you start, you'll learn, you'll grow, and you'll adapt. But you can't learn, grow, or adapt if you don't start. The longer you wait, the further behind you fall. But dear listeners, so we live in a world where distractions are everywhere. Social media, entertainment, and a million other things demand our attention. So we get caught up in the noise, in the busyness of life, and we lose sight of our goals. But success doesn't wait for you to be less distracted. It doesn't wait for you to have more time, more money, or a clear path. It waits for no one. If you want success, you must be willing to cut through the noise, to silence the distractions, and to stay focused on what truly matters. Success is the reward for those who refuse to let distractions derail them, who refuse to let the chaos of life stop them from moving forward. Sometimes the hardest part is simply making the decision to act. We let our doubts and fears paralyze us, believing that the cost of failure is too high. So what we fail to realize is that the cost of inaction is far greater. The longer you wait, the more time you waste. Every day you delay is a day you could have spent moving closer to your goals. Success doesn't wait, and neither should you. And the moment you decide to act, the moment you commit to moving forward, is the moment that things start to change. But nothing will change if you stay in your comfort zone, if you keep waiting for the right time. The truth is that no one is truly ready for success. There is no magical moment when you're perfectly prepared, when everything is aligned, and when you have all the answers. But success isn't about waiting for the perfect conditions, it's about learning as you go, growing through the process, and refusing to quit when things get tough. If you wait for everything to be perfect, you will never get started. But if you take action, if you start now, you will begin to create your own momentum. Success will follow those who take consistent, deliberate action, even when the conditions aren't ideal. And it's not about waiting, it's about moving forward no matter what. You need to understand this. Success isn't something that will simply show up one day, but it's something that you create through hard work, persistence, and the willingness to act. If you want success, you have to go out and get it. You have to take risks, face your fears, and step outside your comfort zone. You have to stop waiting for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment doesn't exist. The only moment that matters is the one you're in right now. And right now you have power to take action, to make a decision, and to start moving toward the success you desire. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. Don't let the world's distractions keep you from your purpose. Don't wait for the perfect conditions or the perfect time. The time is now. Success doesn't wait for anyone. And if you don't take action now, it'll pass you by. The clock is ticking. And every moment you spend waiting is a moment you could have spent moving closer to your dreams. The only way to truly succeed is to stop waiting and start doing. Success is not a destination, it's a journey. And the journey begins the moment you decide to act. So don't wait. Don't wait for the right time. Don't wait for things to get easier. Don't wait for the stars to align. If you want success, go out and take it. Start now. So make the decision today to stop waiting, to stop doubting, and to start moving forward. Success is not a reward for those who wait, it's for those who act, who persist, who refuse to give up, and who keep moving forward, no matter the obstacles. The time is now, and success is waiting for you to take it. So what are you waiting for? Dear listeners, success doesn't wait. It doesn't sit idle, waiting for the right moment, or the perfect conditions to present themselves. Would you think success will wait for you to feel ready, or that it will hold off until you've prepared just enough? Think again. Time keeps moving, and so does success. It's like a train that keeps moving down its tracks, never stopping to give you a chance to catch up. If you're not on board, it will pass you by, leaving you wondering where it went. So the question is, are you ready to jump on, or will you let it slip away? Though in life we will often wait for circumstances to align, for the stars to fall into place, and for the perfect opportunity to show up. So wait until we feel confident enough, until the timing feels right, or until we have all the pieces in place. But here's the truth, those moments will never come. Success doesn't care about your comfort zones or your excuses. It doesn't care whether you feel prepared. What it cares about is who is willing to take action, who is ready to step forward and make things happen, even when the road isn't clear. Truth is, success doesn't wait. It doesn't wait for you to be ready. It waits for no one. You can spend your entire life waiting for the right time, or you can decide to start now. The longer you hesitate, the further success moves away from you. Every moment you waste while in perfect conditions is a moment someone else is using to get ahead. Don't let hesitation steal your dreams. Stop waiting for everything to fall into place and realize that you'll never have all the answers up front. And the real question is whether you're willing to step forward despite the unknowns, despite the risks, and despite the challenges. Success doesn't wait for you to get everything perfect. It waits for those who take action, no matter what. But success isn't just about the big moments. It's about the daily decisions, the consistent actions, and the small steps that add up over time. Every time you choose to wait, you're missing an opportunity to grow, to improve, and to move closer to your goals. Success rewards those who keep going, those who choose to act even when they don't feel ready, those who make progress despite the fear. Waiting for the right time is an illusion. The right time is now, and it always has been. Every second you spend waiting is a second you'll never get back. Dear listeners, so stop waiting. Stop making excuses. Stop letting fear or doubt hold you back. Success doesn't wait, and neither should you. It's time to take that first step. But it's time to act, to commit, and to push forward, regardless of how unsure or uncomfortable you feel. You won't get to where you want to be by waiting. You'll get there by moving forward, by choosing to take action when it's hard, when it's scary, and when the conditions aren't perfect. So the time to start is now. Success doesn't wait. The only question is, will you be ready when it passes you by? Waiting for the perfect moment is one of the biggest traps you can fall into. It feels like a comforting thought, waiting for things to be just right, waiting until you're absolutely ready. But here's the harsh reality. There is no perfect moment. The truth is, waiting for everything to line up perfectly can keep you stuck forever. The longer you wait, the more you lose. Every second spent waiting is a second you could have used to take action, make mistakes, learn, and grow. But success doesn't come to those who wait for the perfect conditions. It comes to those who act in spite of the imperfection. The perfect moment will never arrive because life doesn't operate on your timeline. You can spend your life waiting for all the signs to align, waiting for your fears to disappear, or waiting for the right opportunity. But as time passes, those perfect moments slip further away. The world doesn't stop for your fears or uncertainties. While you wait, others are taking action, moving forward, and creating their own opportunities. But success doesn't care if you're ready or if you've prepared long enough. It rewards those who start now and not later. What you don't realize when you wait for the perfect moment is that it's the act of moving forward, of starting in the imperfect, messy moment that sets things in motion. Every successful person you admire didn't wait for perfect conditions. They just took that first step, even when they didn't feel fully ready. They were scared, unsure, and sometimes even lost. But they understood that nothing happens if you don't move. So waiting for perfection is a form of procrastination, and procrastination is a killer of dreams. You can't wait for everything to be perfect. You have to be willing to take imperfect action and trust that the perfect moment will appear along the way. Think about it. How many opportunities have you missed because you were waiting for the perfect time? How many dreams have you abandoned because the conditions didn't feel right? It's easy to look for excuses to tell yourself that now isn't the right time. But the truth is, if you keep waiting, you'll never know what could have been. You won't learn from mistakes, you won't improve, and you certainly won't get any closer to your goals. So the only way to make the perfect moment a reality is to start now and keep moving, even if it doesn't feel perfect. If you truly want success, if you truly want to achieve your dreams, you have to understand that waiting is the enemy. So the perfect moment will never come, but the moment you choose to take action is the one that matters. Don't let the illusion of perfection hold you back. Stop waiting, start now, and trust that as you move forward, you'll create the moments that lead you to where you want to be. So the perfect moment is not something you wait for. It's something you create through action. Time is the one thing we can never get back. yet it's often the most underestimated resource we have. You can lose money and get it back. You can lose material things and replace them, but once time passes, it's gone forever. Every second you waste is a second you can't reclaim. And that should make you realize just how precious it really is. So while we are all given the same 12 hours in a day, it's how we use that time that separates those who succeed from those who stay stuck. Time waits for no one, and it doesn't care if you're ready or not. It moves forward relentlessly, and it's up to you how you spend it. Many of us take time for granted. We assume we have all the time in the world, that there's always a tomorrow to fix what we didn't do today. But time doesn't care about your assumptions. It doesn't care if you think you can get things done later. It doesn't wait for you to feel ready, to have the perfect plan, or to be in the right mood. But it just keeps going. You can't press pause on life, and waiting until the right time is a luxury you simply don't have. So the clock keeps ticking. And every minute that passes is one more minute that's out of your control. Think about how quickly days turn into months and months turn into years. We all say things like, I'll get to it tomorrow, or I'll start next week. But when you continuously put things off, you're gambling with your most limited resource. You're trading away your time for temporary comfort. And that comfort doesn't get you any closer to your dreams. Every time you delay, you are essentially choosing to give up some of your future. Time doesn't stop for anyone. And the longer you wait, the more you're losing. When you begin to understand that time is limited, you stop treating it like an endless supply. You stop wasting it on things that don't matter. And you start prioritizing what truly matters: your goals, your growth, your purpose. Success doesn't come to those who procrastinate. It comes to those who respect time and use it wisely. So the most successful people in the world don't sit around waiting for opportunities to come to them. So they create their own opportunities by using their time to take consistent action. They understand that every moment counts, and that time is the most valuable asset they have. You don't have forever. You have right now. The sooner you realize this, the sooner you'll begin to take your time seriously and use it wisely. Every minute you waste is a minute you'll never get back. So stop waiting for the perfect moment or for some magical time in the future to start. The time is now. Start taking action. Start prioritizing your goals, and start using every second to move closer to the person you want to become. Time is the one resource you can't afford to waste, and once it's gone forever. But dear listeners, failure is not the enemy, it's a necessary part of the journey to success. Too many people see failure as the end of the road, a sign that they are not good enough or that they should give up. Well, what if I told you that failure is actually one of your greatest teachers? It's the feedback you need to get better. So without failure, you would never learn the lessons that are required for growth. So the road to success is not a straight line. It's filled with obstacles, setbacks, and mistakes, all of which are part of the process. If you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. The truth is, you cannot avoid failure if you are aiming for something big. No one has ever succeeded without falling down, without facing rejection, or without experiencing loss. But it's the painful moments, the failures, and the missteps that shape us into the people we need to be. So they give us the resilience, the grit, and the determination to keep going when the road gets tough. Think about the most successful people in the world. They didn't get there by avoiding failure. They got there by learning from it, growing through it, and using it as fuel to keep pushing forward. Failure is the ultimate teacher because it forces you to reflect, to adapt, and to improve. It's easy to succeed when everything goes according to plan, but how do you respond when things don't go the way you thought? That's where the real growth happens. Failure forces you to reassess the strategies, to develop new skills, and to find a way around the obstacles that are in your path. Every time you fail and keep moving forward, you're building the resilience that will ultimately lead you to success. Failure doesn't define you, how you respond to it does. It's important to understand that failure is not permanent unless you let it be. It's simply a temporary setback, a stepping stone that brings you closer to your goal. The key is to not let failure stop you from trying again. Every time you fail and get back up, you become stronger, more determined, and more capable. When success doesn't come to those who avoid failure, it comes to those who are willing to fail, to learn from their mistakes, and to keep going despite the setbacks. So instead of fearing failure, embrace it. Understand that it's not a sign that you're not good enough. It's proof that you are trying and that you are on the right path. The journey to success is not about avoiding failure, but about learning how to handle it when it comes. When you stop viewing failure as something to be feared and start seeing it as a necessary part of the journey, you'll begin to take more risk, push yourself further, and grow in ways you never imagined. Failure is a part of the journey, not the end of it. So embrace it, learn from it, and use it as the fuel that drives you to greater heights. So the road to success is paved with failures, but those failures are what make success possible. Dear listeners, excuses are the silent killers of progress. They sound convincing in the moment, offering comfort and justification for why we can't move forward. But the truth is, every excuse we make is a barrier we put up between ourselves and our goals. We tell ourselves that we're too busy, too tired, or too inexperienced, and with each excuse, we convince ourselves that it's okay to put things off. But what we don't realize is that every time we make an excuse, we take one step further away from our dreams. Excuses don't make the journey easier, they make the path longer and harder. We all face challenges in life. We all have reasons to give up, to delay, or to take the easy way out. But here's the thing, the difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't the absence of challenges. It's the response to those challenges. Successful people don't let excuses stop them. They face difficulties head on and find a way to overcome them. So they don't wait for perfect conditions or for everything to line up just right. So they take action, even when it's tough, because they know that excuses don't lead to progress. They only lead to stagnation. The moment you start making excuses is the moment you stop taking responsibility for your own success. The excuses make you believe that your circumstances control you, that external factors are the reason you can't succeed. What the truth is, you are in control of your life. The decisions you make, the actions you take, and the mindset you adopt are what shape your future. When you let excuses dictate your behavior, you give away your power. You let fear, doubt, and uncertainty control your actions instead of taking responsibility for your own progress. Excuses are easy to make, but they are also incredibly costly. They allow you to stay in your comfort zone, to avoid the hard work and effort required to grow. They make it easy to procrastinate, to delay, and to rationalize why now isn't the right time. But in reality, there's never a perfect time. The perfect moment doesn't exist. Waiting for things to be just right only leads to more waiting. The longer you wait, the more opportunities you miss, and the further you get from your goals. Every excuse you make is another day you lose, another chance you squander. The key to overcoming excuses is to recognize them for what they are, distractions from the truth. The truth is that progress requires hard work, sacrifice, and determination. There will always be reasons not to do something, but those who succeed are the ones who stop making excuses and start taking action. It's time to stop using excuses as a crutch and start using your energy to push forward. When success doesn't come to those who wait for perfect conditions, it comes to those who refuse to let excuses hold them back. It's time to take responsibility, stop making excuses, and start making progress. You often fall into the trap of overestimating what's needed to achieve our goals while simultaneously underestimating our own potential. It's a paradox that holds so many people back. We look at successful people and think they must have had everything figured out, or they must have had resources I don't have. So we imagine the path to success is paved with expensive tools, complex strategies, and vast networks. In doing so, we convince ourselves that we need all these things before we can take the first step. What the truth is, what you really need to succeed is Inside you, it's your drive, your determination, and your willingness to keep pushing forward, no matter what. So when we overestimate what's needed, we create mental barriers that keep us from starting. We wait until we have the perfect resources or the perfect plan. We convince ourselves that we're not ready because we don't have every tool we think we need. But this mindset only prolongs the journey. In reality, success doesn't require you to have it all figured out from the start. So the most successful people didn't wait until everything's in place before they took action. They started with what they had, and along the way, they figured things out. They made mistakes, learned, and adjusted as they went. The key is starting, not having everything you think you need. So on the flip side, when we underestimate our potential, we limit ourselves before we even begin. We don't realize the power we have within us to adapt, to learn, and to grow. We sell ourselves short, thinking that we can't just simply because we haven't yet developed the skills or resources we think we need. So we fail to see that we have more capability, more strength, and more resilience than we give ourselves credit for. The reality is, your potential is far greater than you realize. The moment you start trusting your abilities and pushing beyond your self-imposed limits, you'll see just how much you're capable of. Both overestimating what's needed and underestimating our potential are forms of self-sabotage. So they create obstacles that prevent us from moving forward and discourage us from taking action. The key is to recognize that the journey to success doesn't require perfection. And it certainly doesn't require you to be someone else. It only requires you to believe in your own abilities and to start with what you have. When you stop overthinking the resources and tools you need, and when you stop doubting yourself, you open the door to your true potential. Your journey doesn't have to be perfect, but it does have to begin. The real power lies in your ability to take action with what you have, right now. The sooner you stop overestimating the barriers and underestimating your potential, the sooner you'll make progress. Don't wait for all the stars to align or for some magical moment when you feel completely ready. You have everything inside you to begin right now. The only thing standing in your way is your perception of what you need and your doubt in what you're capable of. And so stop waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect set of resources. Trust in yourself and take that first step. You have more potential than you think. Distractions are the silent killers of productivity and progress. They don't always come in the form of big, obvious interruptions. They can be small, seemingly harmless things that steal your attention and time. One quick glance at your phone, a few minutes scrolling through social media, or a brief chat with a colleague can all seem innocent enough. But these distractions add up quickly, taking you away from what really matters. So before you know it, hours have passed, and you've made little to no progress toward your goals. So the truth is, distractions are the enemy of focus, and without focus, progress becomes nearly impossible. What most people don't realize is how quickly distractions can derail their efforts. And every time you divert your attention, you lose momentum. It's not just the time spent dealing with the distraction, it's the time it takes to refocus on your task afterward. Studies have shown that it can take up to 25 minutes to regain focus after an interruption. Imagine trying to accomplish something important while constantly battling distractions. You can have the best plans and most organized schedule, but if distractions are constantly creeping in, you'll find yourself stuck, spinning your wheels without ever moving forward. Distractions create a false sense of productivity. They trick us into thinking we're being busy, that we're doing something valuable. But in reality, we're just wasting time and energy on things that don't contribute to our bigger goals. You might feel productive because you've responded to emails, checked the social media, or had a casual conversation, but these are just surface level tasks that don't move you closer to your purpose. True productivity is measured by how much progress you make on the things that they made. Every moment spent on distractions is a moment stolen from what you could have accomplished. Dear listeners, to break free from distractions, you must first understand their impact on your goals. Every distraction pulls you further away from your vision. You can't afford to allow these interruptions to control your time, especially if it's about reaching your potential. It's about protecting your focus and staying intentional with your time. The more you let distractions in, the harder it becomes to maintain the clarity and drive you need to achieve success. So the key is recognizing the power of focus and the importance of saying no to the small things that steal your time. Distractions will always be there. There will always be something vying for your attention, but you have the power to decide what gets your focus. By eliminating or minimizing distractions, you free up your energy for the things that truly matter. The more you protect your focus and stay on track, the faster you'll make progress. But it's time to take control of your attention. Stop letting distractions control you and stay committed to what's important. But success doesn't come from being busy, it comes from being focused. So eliminate the distractions and watch your momentum build as you take consistent steps toward your goals. Inaction is one of the greatest costs we can face in life. The fear of failure often paralyzes us into doing nothing at all, convincing us that avoiding risk is the safe route. But in truth, doing nothing is far more costly than failing. Failure, while painful, offers valuable lessons and insights. It pushes you to grow, to learn, and to adapt. Inaction, on the other hand, keeps you stagnant. It ensures that no progress is made, and it traps you in a cycle of doubt and missed opportunities. So when you fail, you at least move forward, but when you do nothing, you remain exactly where you are, wasting time, energy, and potential. So we tend to think of failure as the worst case scenario, but the real tragedy is in never trying at all. So the missed opportunities, the skills left undeveloped, the dreams left unpursued, all these are the true costs of inaction. So when you're too afraid to act, you forfeit the chance to improve and to grow and to succeed. Even if you fail, you're still moving closer to the person you need to become to achieve success. But if you never take action, you'll never know what you're truly capable. Inaction doesn't just keep you where you are, actively prevents you from becoming who you were meant to be. Time doesn't wait for anyone. Every day spent avoiding action is the day you'll never get back. The world moves forward, and those who take action, whether they succeed or fail, are the ones who make progress. Meanwhile, inaction keeps you stuck in the same place, stuck in the same fears, and stuck in the same circumstances. The longer you delay, the harder it becomes to take that first step. The cost of waiting, of overthinking, of nothing, is not just the opportunities you miss, it's the person you fail to become. Dear listeners, so we often tell ourselves that we'll act when the time is right, but that right moment never comes. There's always a reason to wait, whether it's fear, uncertainty, or doubt. But by waiting for the perfect moment, you delay your progress indefinitely. So the perfect moment doesn't exist. Life is messy, since success is unpredictable. It's not about waiting for everything to fall into place. It's about making the most of what you have right now and taking that first step, no matter how imperfect or small. So when you choose inaction over action, you choose to stay in the same place forever. Inaction costs more than failure because it denies you the chance to learn, to grow, and to succeed. It's the silent killer of progress. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop hiding behind fear. Failure is not the end, it's just a lesson. Inaction, however, is the true enemy. Take that first step, make the leap. And even if you stumble, at least you're moving forward. The cost of inaction is far greater than the cost of failure. You can always recover from failure, but you can never recover lost time or lost opportunities. So act now, because the longer you wait, the more expensive your inaction becomes. The idea that we must be perfectly prepared for success before we pursue it is a myth. We often think that there's a certain moment when everything will align, when we'll have all the knowledge, resources, and confidence needed to step into our dreams. But the truth is, no one is ever truly ready for success. Success doesn't wait for you to be perfectly prepared. It arrives when you take action, even when you don't feel fully ready. If you wait for the perfect moment, you'll be waiting forever. Success is about learning, adapting, and growing as you go, not about having all the answers before you begin. When you think you're ready, that's when the real challenges begin. It's easy to believe that once you reach out to a certain level of experience, knowledge, or preparation, you'll be able to handle every challenge your way. What the reality is that success will test you in ways you never imagined. It will force you out of your comfort zone, challenge your limits, and push you to grow in ways you didn't think possible. So the truth is, there's no way to prepare for everything that success will demand of you. So the most successful people didn't wait until they were ready. They dove in and figured things out as they went. The journey to success is a process of constant learning and adaptation. You can read all the books, attend all the seminars, and listen to all the advice, but until you take that first step, you won't truly understand what success requires of you. But success is about taking risks, making mistakes, and learning from them. It's about developing resilience, facing setbacks, and continuing to push forward. You'll never be completely ready for what's coming. But that's okay. What matters is your willingness to face the unknown, to take action despite your fears, and to grow through every challenge. The fear of not being ready is often the thing that holds us back. We doubt ourselves, we question our abilities, and we convince ourselves that we need more time, more experience, or more resources before we can start. But this mindset only keeps us stuck in indecision. Success doesn't come to those who wait for the perfect conditions, it comes to take up perfect action. If you're always waiting for the right time to pursue your goals, you'll miss the chance to seize opportunities. You'll never feel completely ready. And that's exactly the point. You don't need the pointing to be willing to take action and learn as you go. So the key to success is not in waiting until you feel ready, but in embracing the discomfort of stepping into the unknown. That it's about taking that leap, even when you're uncertain, and trusting that you'll learn along the way. Because no one is truly ready for success. It's not about having everything figured out beforehand, but it's about having the courage to take the first step, even when you don't have all the answers. But success will never wait for you to be ready, but it will meet you when you're willing to take action, face challenges, and grow from your experiences. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. Step into your journey, even if you don't feel ready. That's where success truly begins. Momentum is a powerful force, but it doesn't happen by accident. It's not something that falls into your lap or arrives overnight. Momentum is built through consistent action. It's about showing up every day, putting in the work, and making progress, no matter how small. But first, it may feel like you're not getting anywhere, but every action, every step you take is laying the foundation for what's to come. When you consistently push yourself forward, even on the tough days, you start to create a force that can propel you toward your goals. Momentum doesn't wait for the perfect conditions, it's built through action. And the more you take, the stronger it becomes. Truth is, success is rarely a single big breakthrough. It's the result of countless small actions stacked on top of each other. Each task, each decision, and each moment of effort might seem insignificant in isolation, but when you string them together over time, they create a powerful wave of progress. Momentum is like a snowball rolling down a hill. At first, it's small and slow, but the more you roll it, the bigger and faster it becomes. In the beginning, it may feel like you're pushing against a wall, but keep pushing, and eventually that wall will crumble. Consistency is the key that unlocks momentum. And once you have it, you'll see things move faster than you ever imagined. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't seem to be moving quickly, but the magic lies in persistence. So momentum doesn't show up because you tried once or twice, it shows up because you didn't quit. But it's about showing up every day, even when you're tired, even when you don't feel like it, even when things aren't perfect. The real power of momentum comes from those moments when you choose to keep going, even when it seems like you're not making progress. So when you commit to consistent action, no matter the results, you're building something that will eventually carry you forward. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that momentum comes easily or that it will just appear when the time is right. They wait for the perfect moment to take action or for motivation to strike. But the truth is, momentum comes from doing, not waiting. But it's about taking one small step at a time, even if you don't have all the answers. So the more you take action, the more momentum you build, and the easier it becomes to keep going. It's a snowball effect. When you take that first step, it may feel like a struggle, but once you build momentum, the path becomes smoother and the progress comes faster. Secret to success isn't in waiting for the right conditions, it's in creating those conditions through consistent action. When you keep moving, even when it's hard, you build momentum that drives you forward. Momentum isn't something that's given to you, it's something you earn through every effort you make. So the key is to stay committed, to keep showing up, and to trust that even the smallest actions will eventually add up. So stop waiting for the right time or the perfect moment. Just take action. Momentum is waiting for you, and it's built to you through every step you take. Keep moving, and you'll soon find yourself unstoppable. But success is often perceived as a destination, a final point where everything falls into place and all your hard work pays off. But in reality, success is not a destination, it's a journey. The idea that success is a place you enter with many people to believe that beneath their goals, everything will be perfect. But the truth is, success is not about the finish line, it's about the process, the lessons you learn along the way, and the growth that happens when you continue to push forward. The journey of success is where the magic lies, not in the end result. It's in the daily grind, the struggles, and the moments of perseverance that shape you into who you need to become. When you treat success as a destination, you miss out on the richness of the journey itself. But success is a moving target. It's constantly evolving and changing as you grow. The moment you reach one goal, another one appears. So the more you achieve, the more you realize that the pursuit of success never ends. But it's not about reaching a final destination. It's about the ongoing commitment to bettering yourself, challenging yourself, and striving for more. But success is not a fixed point, but a dynamic process that unfolds every day as you take steps forward, learn from failures, and adapt to new challenges. Throughout your journey, there will be ups and downs, setbacks and victories. These are the moments that shape your character and define your success. If you only focus on the destination, you'll miss the value of those experiences. So the mistakes, the frustrations, and the small wins all contribute to your growth. Each challenge you face adds a new layer to your understanding, and every lesson learned is a stepping stone to greater things. But success doesn't just come from achieving your goals, it comes from the resilience and strength you build along the way. So the process of striving for success is where you'll find true fulfillment, not just in the outcome. So the beauty of success lies in the journey, in the continuous effort to become the best version of yourself. It's not about arriving at a particular place and saying, "I've made it." It's about constantly moving, evolving, and pushing past your limits. So when you embrace the journey, you understand that every day is an opportunity for growth. Every moment of struggle is part of the path towards something greater. But if you focus only on the destination, you miss the small victories that happen along the way, and you rob yourself of the fulfillment that comes with progress, no matter how slow. Dear listeners, remember, success isn't about crossing a finish line. It's about the journey you take to get there. It's about the mindset that drives you to keep going, even when things get tough. But success is about showing up every day, learning from every experience, and never giving up, no matter how long the road may seem. So the destination is just a byproduct of the journey, a milestone in an ongoing process of growth and improvement. So don't just focus on where you're going, embrace the journey and allow it to shape you into the person you need to become to truly succeed. The time to act is now. We often think we have all the time in the world to chase our dreams, but the truth is, time waits for no one. Every moment you hesitate, every second you delay, you're losing valuable opportunities that may never come again. If you keep waiting for the right time or for the perfect set of circumstances, you'll find yourself stuck in the same place, wondering why you haven't made progress. Success doesn't happen when you wait for things to line up perfectly. It happens when you take action, right here, right now. The perfect moment is an illusion. The time to act is always now. Life doesn't pause for you to get ready. We all have dreams, goals, and ambitions, but it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that we need more time, more experience, or more resources before we take that first step. But waiting for the perfect moment will keep you stuck in a cycle of inaction. If you want to achieve greatness, you have to act in the moment. There is no perfect time, there is only the present. The sooner you take that leap, the sooner you'll start to see results. The action creates momentum, and the time to start building that momentum is right now. Procrastination is the killer of progress. It's easy to convince yourself that there's always time later, that you'll do it tomorrow or next week. But here's the truth, tomorrow is never guaranteed. You can spend your life waiting for the perfect time, but when you finally decide to act, you'll realize how much time you've wasted. The key to success is not in waiting, but in acting. Despite the uncertainty, the time to act is now, and every moment you delay is a missed opportunity to make progress toward your dreams. Don't wait until everything is perfect. The perfect time to act is when you decide to take action, no matter how imperfect the circumstances may seem. So we often think that success will come when we have everything figured out. But the truth is, success comes from the steps you take while figuring things out. No one has all the answers, and no one is ever completely prepared for what lies ahead. Our success is about making the decision to act in the face of uncertainty, to take risks, and to trust that the effort you put in today will shape your future. There's no better time than now to start moving toward your goals. If you wait for the perfect plan, you'll never move forward. You need to act, even if you're unsure, because inaction is what will ultimately keep you from reaching your potential. The time to act is now, because waiting only breeds regret. It's easy to let fear, self-doubt, or uncertainty stop you from taking the first step, but in the end, you'll regret not acting sooner. Time doesn't wait for anyone, and if you don't act now, you might look back one day and wonder what could have been. And the greatest regret is not trying, not taking that leap of faith, and not pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone. You can always learn from mistakes, but the lessons you'll never learn are the ones you never take the chance to discover. All right, so don't wait for the perfect moment, take action now, because that's where your future success begins. In conclusion, success doesn't wait for the perfect moment, nor does it arrive by chance. It is something that is earned through consistent action, resilience, and the courage to move forward even when the road is unclear. So the time to act is always now. And every second you spend hesitating is a second that could have been used to take that vital step toward your goals. That remember, success is not a destination but a journey, and it's the choices you make, the challenges you face, and the actions you take today that will define your future. Don't wait for tomorrow to chase your dreams. Start now and trust that the momentum you build today will propel you toward the success you seek. So the perfect moment is not something that exists. What matters most is the decision you make to act right now. So take that step, embrace the journey, and know that the greatest investment you can make is in the present moment. Your future self will thank you for the action you take today. Thank you for taking the time to read through this message. I hope it has inspired you to take action and pursue your goals with determination. So remember, success is a journey that begins with the first step, and that step starts now. So I wish you all the best as you continue on your path toward greatness. Stay focused, stay driven, and never stop believing in yourself. Goodbye, and may your journey to success be filled with strength, growth, and unwavering perseverance. Keep moving forward, and remember that the best is yet to come.